All right, what's up, guys? So I'm sure that a lot of you have seen stuff going around social media and for the last few weeks, all about drones and orbs and all these different theories being talked about, but no one else seems to be talking about this angle, and this is a very important angle that no one seems to know. I've done some videos about this before, back in 2020 with that when they did the January 6th ritual, and I talked about how that tied in with this ODIN program. It's biometrics. Let's go look at this because it's very important. And actually, if you stick around to the end, I'm even going to show you how this weird fog everybody's talking about now does tie in. It actually does tie in. Now, I just want to show you a little bit of the history. So ODIN was these drones, and first of all, they claim ODIN is observe, detect, identify, neutralize, right? This was for Iraq. But now if you look down here, it says they were retrofitted as aerial reconnaissance multi-sensors or arms, surveillance systems, and platforms. See that? Now let's go back to I.A.R.P.A. So they got retrofitted with this. So observe, detect, identify, neutralize. Well, neutralize what, may you ask? Well, the intelligence value is the ODIN program is developing biometric presentation attack detection technologies. Presentation attack detection. It's to help the government better detect when someone is attempting to hide their identity by spoofing biometric access. So if you're trying to hide your biometrics from them, it's considered an attack. Like, this is crazy, you guys. Here's another one of their projects. Project BRIAR. Biometric recognition and identification at what? Altitude and range. Ding, 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 ding. Keep this one in the back of your mind because we're going to come back to this a little bit later. Okay, I really encourage you to get out and look at this stuff because I'm not going to go into depth. I just want to show you what this really is going on. What is this here? Why do they have this picture here? Let's just go look a little bit. Odin was an ancient demon, okay? He was an ancient demon. If you come down here, it says from the earliest times, Odin was a war god. But look at this here. The wolf and the raven were dedicated to him. Bro, you can't make this stuff up. Why do you think that's there? Observe, detect, identify, neutralize anyone who's trying to fool the system. Okay? So Valhalla was the hall of slain warriors who quote unquote lived there blissfully under the leadership of the god Odin. It's depicted as a splendid place, roofed with shields, where the warriors feast on the flesh of boars slaughtered daily. They drink liquor that flows from the udders of a goat. Okay. Thus, there they will remain until Ragnarok. Or Doomsday. It says they lived here in Valhalla with him blissfully. No. What really goes on is him and his wife turn groups against each other with deception so that they'll fight. All the fallen people, half their souls go to his wife, and he claims the other half of their souls. They're prisoners because they've been tricked. I just want to point out one more time where we are. We are on IARPA.gov's actual website. This is our Intelligence Advanced Research Projects and Activity official website, and they have this on there. What is this? Do you see that? It's some type of language, clearly. At first, I thought that it was actually a mirror image of the same word, but it's not. They're actually slightly different, if you see that. Actually, I just want to point out here, too. Another meaning of Odin is Lord of Frenzy or Leader of the Possessed. But look what else he's associated with. The runic alphabet. Runes. Dude, look at this. They believe he actually discovered it. Odin is a relentless seeker of knowledge and wisdom. He's willing to sacrifice almost anything for this pursuit. Kind of sounds like them. willing to sacrifice anything for pursuit of knowledge. His most standout feature of his appearance is his one eye, which attests to this because he sacrificed his other eye for more wisdom. Not to mention his unstoppable will. When Odin sought the runes, he wasn't merely attempting to acquire a set of arbitrary representations of human vocal sounds. Rather, he was uncovering an extraordinary, potent system of magic. A potent system of magic right there. Runes held magical powers, including making Odin's spear hit its mark every time, no matter who threw it. Outside of literal translation, the meaning could be intuited by a rune master based on the context and the placement of the rune. In the Vikings' age, warriors would carve runes into their weapons in hopes of making them more powerful and accurate. Who knows what this actually means? But I'm guessing it probably doesn't spell out good news for you and me. This is one of their weapons, and they have runes carved into it. Let's look at some of the sister programs, aptly named Thor and Loki. Well, Thor was actually Odin's son, also an ancient deity who was worshipped, and Loki also was an ancient demon who was worshipped. I.A.R.P.A's THOR program throws down the hammer on biometrics attack detection. Remember, attack detection is when you're just trying to hide your biometrics. The goal of THOR is to develop technologies that can detect when someone is attempting to disguise their biometric identity. THOR was the project to develop all this technology, whereas its sister unit, Loki, deploys the THOR technology. All these things are connected, dude. What on earth? They tell you this. And now the latest, I'm not going to actually show you any videos because there's tons out there, so just go look. But I'll just skim through so you can see. People are talking about this. Some people are talking about how there's actually footage capturing like these weird particles that kind of look like snow, but it's not snow. It doesn't accumulate, but it's almost like a dust. It'll accumulate on their cars, like all kinds of stuff, right? You get the point. Go and look at it. But let me show you how this ties in. All right, so let's come back to this project BRIAR. If you look down here, it says it has a goal of developing algorithm-based systems capable of performing whole body biometric identification at long range and from elevated platforms. Make no mistake about it, this stuff is in these drones. But where it gets very interesting is down here. It talks about how different agencies require ability to recognize individuals under challenging scenarios, such as at long range or through atmospheric turbulence. They started this project in November of 2021, right after they fired up ODIN for the first time. They ran ODIN as an experiment. I have other videos talking about that from the past. Now they were doing a full-scale test of this BRIAR. They put it on all this weird fog so they can see if they can still detect you. Look at this thing up here. Remember, ODIN only has one eye. Okay, so now I'm out here on DARPA's website under their research programs. Let's scroll down here. And, oh, what's that there? Huh, weird. Strategic technology. That looks kind of like one of them drones. Look at this here. Our programs leverage sensing technologies, including radio frequencies, acoustic and electrical optic infrared, across all domains to create broad networks that leave adversaries with, quote unquote, nowhere left to hide. The all-seeing eye. Notice how it's surrounded by that enclosure? BRIAR is another word for like thickets of thorny plants. And so it's a prison because there's nowhere left to hide. And there's Odin's one eye. They've tricked people into becoming prisoners, just like they've done down there in the pit, down there in Valhalla. And then they try to present it as like, oh, it's wonderful, it's great down here. No, it isn't. It's not great. They want out. They want to bring these guys out of the pit, to bring these guys out of Valhalla. This is not a great place to be. Here's some more research programs. What is this, dude? Do you see those three symbols? A microscope, DNA, and AI. And what's that thing on the screen with it? Oh, it looks kind of like a some sort of little molecule, almost like, that whole C thing with the spikes and the proteins. Isn't that kind of weird? Beast is rising. There's so much stuff out here, you guys. Maybe I'll have to do another video sometime, but you really should go out and look. Like, I mean, look, there's so much stuff right here that no one looks at. People need to know about this stuff. They don't know. That's all I got for you. I'll talk to you later.